Hey everybody, it's S. So I wanted to do a quick video on a project that I'm working on for the range. Now I'm still going to be practicing with my EDC, the Glock 19 MOS with the Hollow Sun 507C, also with my new holster to carry strong side. If you haven't checked out that video, go ahead and check that out. But while I'm not over the top in quote unquote training, as most experts on YouTube are, I'm a firm believer in practicing whatever it is that you do.
We're gonna change the way we run. We're gonna change the way we eat. We're gonna change the way we run.
So I've wanted to buy a range belt for quite some time. Now, I can't bring myself to call it a battle belt because I'm just a dude who likes going to the range whenever I have free time, which I have very little of, by the way. So calling it a battle belt, in my opinion, for my purposes, is a little bit disingenuous. So I'm gonna be calling it my range belt. Now, if you like to call yours a battle belt, that's your business. Do whatever you do, knock yourself out. For me, I'll call mine a range belt. So now the main reason that I wanted to pick up a range belt is because I wanted to take a course, and the instructors recommended having a range belt instead of something like an EDC holster. Plus it gives me an excuse to buy more gear. Plus all this stuff was on sale, so it gave me the warm and fuzzies as well.
Stop it. Get some help.
So how did I decide on all this specific stuff? Well, if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I start with YouTube reviews and then I look for sale. And today, or the day that I ordered all this stuff, was no exception. Everything was on sale. The first thing that I picked up was a Core Essentials battle belt. Again, I'm gonna be calling mine a range belt, but the official name of it is actually a battle belt on their website. So this is a Core Essentials battle belt, as I just said. I ended up going with the khaki color because for no other reason that it looked kind of cool, and it kind of matches my Glock 19 MOS. Well, not really, but I actually think it does kind of match the Glock 19X MOS. So this actually worked out pretty well for that. So I didn't get this because it was gonna, match or blend in with any kind of terrain or, keep me camouflaged in the desert. I thought the color looked cool, so I figured why not. Now, when I was looking at the actual battle belt, I wasn't quite sure how it all worked. I think the crazy thing about a lot of this stuff, if you don't already know how to use some of this stuff or what it's actually for, it can be very difficult to get an actual answer. For instance, most of the sites had different widths of the belt, and they had padding and different buckles. And to me, I was just like, I just want to take a course. Do you have anything for that? So I had to watch a lot of videos to get to a place where I felt comfortable enough to just place an order. Now, I'm no expert, so please take all of this with a grain of salt. And now this only relates to Core belts, so I'm not sure if this is standard across other manufacturers, but Core had a 1.5-inch CCW belt, which I have a different video on that, so you can go check that out if you want. They have a 1.75-inch Garrison range belt, a 1.75-inch battle belt, which is what I have here, and then a 2.25-inch duty belt. I ended up going with, again, like I just mentioned, the 1.5-inch CCW belt or EDC belt for my everyday carry, and that's going great, obviously, with my new holster, which I'm carrying on a strong side. Actually, way more comfortable for me. I know all you YouTube experts are going to say appendix style, but for me, I kind of like this one better. It's a little bit more comfortable, and I've been more consistent carrying, so this is what I'm going to go with for now. Maybe in the future with more training and more, rounds down range, I may end up moving to appendix, but for now, I like carrying it strong side with the EDC belt that I bought from Core. So now my understanding of the 2.25-inch belt is that that's more for like police officers. And then I think the 1.75-inch Garrison belt is similar to this one, except that it doesn't have the MOLLE system, which is what I wanted to attach different things. Now I don't plan on attaching everything under the sun because I don't think it's necessary for what I'm necessarily trying to accomplish. So how I have it configured here is probably how it's gonna be, except for when I put my rifle magazines on. Now I don't shoot rifles that much, so I'm already gonna keep these off until I actually go to the range, and then I'll put them on. But for now, I'll probably just leave them off, just to save on weight. And I don't know, I don't think it's necessary to have everything under the sun on my belt. The belt itself is a Core battle belt, which again, I'll be calling my range belt. So I ended up going with the B1 buckle for no other reason than I thought it looked kind of cool. For the magazine holders, I kept going back and forth between a company called High Speed Gear. I think they sell a model that's called the Tacos, and then these G-Code Scorpions. And honestly, I only ended up going this route because they had a better sale, and I've ordered from them in the past with one of my other holsters. I haven't been to the range with them yet, but I can already tell that I'm not the biggest fan of the clips. They are very, very hard to add and remove from the MOLLE, so I hope I like where they are right now because they are seriously a pain in the to take off. But I love how they look and the quality seems top notch. So far, I'm really liking them. Haven't used them, but I like them. I also picked up, like I just mentioned, 2 rifle magazine holders. So again, I'm not gonna attach these now. When I go to the range, I'll put them on. And then when I come home, I'll take them off. Again, save on weight, no need to have them on if I'm not gonna be shooting rifles that frequently. I don't know, maybe if I go to the range more often, maybe I'll get a second belt because again, why not buy something else? Or I might attach these permanently if I start going to the range more frequently to shoot shoot my rifle that I just built. The next thing I added was this pouch. So I'm not sure what brand it is. I actually got it on Amazon for like 15 bucks. I think I'll use it to drop maybe magazines in or maybe some extra ammo, or more likely than not, it'll probably be for my snacks. Anyways, this was cheap and I figured, you know, why not? But I really liked how it opens up and you can actually fit a lot of stuff in here. Probably fit a couple sandwiches, some chips, cookies, etc. And when you're not using it, fold it back up and it's not taking up much space. The next thing I added is this carabiner, and I got it to pretty much attach my keys. Now, I don't really need this, and I think the color on this thing is hideous.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
So I think I'm gonna return this, and I actually already set it up on Amazon. I just need to package it up and send it back. And now for the star of the show, the holster system. So now I ain't gonna lie, it took a lot of YouTube to get to this point, but I ended up going with the Safariland QLS system, which is basically this piece here and this piece here. Part of it attaches to the holster, the other part attaches to the belt loop, and then you can kind of pop the holster on and off as needed. And so that way, if you have other holsters, you can have just one setup on your belt, and then you can actually just get different holsters with the attachment, pop it on as needed. And then you can easily just switch between holsters if you have multiple weapons. I only have one holster right now, but I figured, you know, why not try to future-proof my system? So now I also added in this little leg strap, and I'm also not gonna lie, I really struggled with adding this in. It just feels too, I don't know, YouTube commando in my opinion. You know, but after watching different training videos, I can see how it would keep the weapon from, you know, flopping around. So I'm still having a hard time with it, but if I truly take a course, I think I'll need it. In the meantime, I'm probably just gonna have to try to get used to it and get over it. For the actual holster, I went with a universal holster that accepts the TLR1 light. So the actual holster grabs onto the light down here. So you can actually put the light on different weapons, and then that way you can just use one specific holster. The downside is that the retention isn't that great. So I don't think this would be something I would take a course with. I'm guessing I would probably buy something that has a higher retention level, or maybe I could probably tighten these down. So if you have any recommendations on an actual training holster, you know, please let me know. I would probably end up buying something for obviously my Glock 19 MOS, since that's what's going to be my EDC, and I plan on training with both. More or less, I'll probably train with this one, and then this is just something I just bought for the range, because why not? So that's pretty much it for the actual range belt. Again, I got the B1 buckle, Core 1 Essentials battle belt. I got 3 Scorpion magazine holders. I got a bag that I'll put maybe somewhere on it. And then I got also a hideous keychain thing that I'm gonna be sending back to Amazon. So that's pretty much it for my range belt. Again, I don't plan on loading this thing out and playing war games, but if you can think of anything else that I forgot, please definitely drop me a comment. I do plan on adding maybe a medical kit or something, maybe back here. It would probably be a good thing to have in case anything ever went wrong, but I'm still researching that. So anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.